This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's go. Get on your mark, let's go. What you waiting for? There's so much more. The future's yours. Let go, explore. It's yours for sure. Same but me with fear. So to God I stay near. I keep my hand to the plow. There's no turning back now. My future look bleak. I decided to see. He said follow me. On a journey you'll see. Get on your mark, let's go. What you waiting for? There's so much more. All right, y'all. It's Saturday morning and it's 9 o'clock somewhere, and it is me, your girl, Sean L. Brown. I am ecstatic today, not because it's Saturday and it's Lessons from the Journey Live time, not just because of that, but you know why I'm really super juiced? Because I'm out the closet as LaShawn. Oh my God, we got so much to talk about today. Do you have a pen and a paper? And I'm sorry, what? Okay, well, what I did was I just started talking and I figured we just run with it and record it. Right. It is Lessons from the Journey Live,
I'm running.
right? And then you just put the slap it on the front. All right, producer Dre. All right. Anyway, back to the story or back to the journey. Craig, where was I? Did I
You
I was
you,
just
you was telling why you was excited because it was Saturday morning somewhere at 9 a.m. somewhere.
okay, well since I guess the tide has shifted, let me just introduce you. I just feel like a dad is in the room. And to me, whenever a dad is in the room, listen, whenever there's a dad in the room, there's safety in the room. So let me introduce you to like my guy, right? Craig Carlisle. I call him Craigery, but welcome to the conversation. Okay.
Hi y'all. How you doing, Sean?
I'm so good. Do you know, I feel like this is my first day. And you know, I know you haven't met me as LaShawn. Do you feel like you have met me as LaShawn?
I want to that there's the rap song. I can't remember what artist it's from that talks about there's 5 people inside of me. I think I've met probably 12 of them so far. So they all feel like one to me. So I'm good. So
They do feel like one though, don't they?
yeah.
And that's kind of dope, Craig. Okay, can before we get into it, because I really want to talk about your shirt, and that is like my favorite shirt right now. Because I, what not only is it my favorite shirt right now, I think it's the shirt that is living on the inside of every shadow.
Yeah.
So, can you please introduce yourself and then tell the people who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff?
Guys, sorry. If you hear any noise in the background, I apologize. It's Friday. It's well, it's trash day in my area, so it's
Yeah,
they're passing soon. This
yeah.
shirt, there's a shirt for this is my WTF Where's the Faith shirt that I'm wearing, and it happens to have 50 words on it that describe you and the things that we feel inadequate about, that we talk about ourselves, but we put ourselves down about, and so I had to put this on the shirt, and then over the words is the W, the T, and the F is where's the faith? Because there's moments that we all have that come to us that make us really ask, well, what make the Lord ask? Where's the faith? Where is your faith and belief in me? Because before creating this shirt, I think it was last October or a little further back when the thought came about, I asked the Lord, hey, what's going on? What's wrong with my faith? Is there something wrong with me? Am I broken? And Lauren's
Mm,
response I felt was, "No, there's something wrong with you. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with your ability to believe because you believe that you can't do it. You believe in the negative things. You believe in the brokenness of who you are. You believe in all the lack. You believe in all the negativity.
mm,
So there's nothing wrong with your ability to believe. The problem is that what are you believing in is the problem." And so I had to then rephrase my view and
mm,
understand then and go from there. So now that I understand that it's me and I have to change who I am in my lens, even with changing glasses today, so I don't have a reflection on them so they look funny to the camera. I had to then put on something that was clear and allow me to see clearly and be seen clearly through the lens of the camera. So yeah, that's who I am. I'm Craig Carlisle. I used to have a persona that I used to set like Sean, those of you who know Sean all this time. She used to have these multiple personalities or personas, right? Not personalities, personas. Mine with Tyrone was the one when I wanted to be angry without responsibility. I'd let Tyrone loose. I let him handle it. And so I can never tie that back to me when something bad happened. Now Tyrone and I are one. It's just Craig. And so when Craig says something to somebody that may be slightly out of pocket to them, it's just me. Now, Craig has a responsibility to make sure
mhm,
I don't say things that are out of pocket and season my words with grace. That's what I have
mhm.
the responsibility for, and we all do. So, to introduce Craig Carlisle, father of 5 sons, owner of Carlisle Prints. I'm also I'm a published writer now because I've actually released my first is 7 or 8. No, we just released another song by the time this airs yesterday. That would have been Friday night when it released. Released now 9 songs for public consumption on all outlets. You can find us under Craig and Anthony on everything from Spotify to YouTube and Apple Music and iHeartRadio, things like that. I'm working on becoming a published author of books as well. I've got my first chapter down. I just haven't published yet. I'm also a graphic designer, and I think that's about all for now.
Wow. Can we spin it back
Sure.
on the very first time I interviewed you? I'm putting my coach Shawnee hat on. Talk about my personas,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Very integrated though. I like that. It's kind of like, I used to drive a Mazda 626 and it was a 5 speed.
Yeah.
I was prolific at it. I mean, just prolific. And now I think that the Lord is like, I'll let you know when it's time for fifth gear. I'll let you know when it's time to slide it down into second. So, let me drop down into third and switch to Coach Shawnee time. But do you recall when we had like our first sessions and we did, I think, 4 or 5 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Just introducing me
Yeah.
to Craig Carlisle. And for some reason, I think introducing you to Craig Carlisle.
Mhm.
What do you remember about those interviews? What stands out in your mind right now? Wait a minute. What stands out in my mind is we didn't pray.
Oh, do it.
So let me do that. Yeah, this is Lessons from Journey Live. Welcome to the party, Lord. Thank you so much for allowing us to hear you, follow you, and allow you to produce. Whatever happens here because you determined it to be that way. I thank you for these relationships, these friendships. I thank you for Craig knowing you so well that he could say, yeah, you said you didn't want to do that. And loving me enough to let me be blind while he made sure I stayed in the boat. Come on, Holy Spirit. So we just ask that your spirit rest and reign on this moment. Cover everything attached to this mission that you've given us. Guard our hearts and guard our minds and open the hearts, minds, and souls of every person that this will touch. Let us just be ourselves. In Jesus' name I pray and give thanks. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I don't remember what I was saying, but I knew I had to pray. Hmm.
We were talking about the first time you were on my show and defining what do I think about
Yes.
those episodes. And you had asked me to take one and run it through Opus Clips. And this has been a crazy week. I didn't get a chance to get to it until this morning. And oddly enough, it's taken it almost an hour and a half just to upload the file. So it wasn't really ready. But what stands out was you definitely spent a lot of time asking me about me and what I wanted to do and what I wanted from my brand, just about me as a person in terms of where I saw myself and why you always use the words methods, right? What are your methods of your personal brand versus your other brands? And so you spend a lot of time there, and it really caused me to think and answer questions that I had never asked myself before. And it's interesting we're here now. I'm on the other side of the interview chair, right? Where I'm usually the interviewer, very
Mhm.
seldom the interviewee. So,
Mhm.
and I think it's been almost a year since we recorded some of those. So
Mhm.
I find myself in a grossly different place.
Mhm.
Then
Mhm.
really, I find myself different now in a good way, but it's just,
Yeah, oh my gosh.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Like you like a new person.
Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, and I think I got the beard back on from then, so there won't be quite as different. Those who watch it, oh, he had a beard then when I'm putting it back on. For that whole time, I've actually run without the beard, and I'm thinking about taking it back off again. I just don't like the gray, so that's just me.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What's hiding behind the yellow lenses?
That those glasses, I like these because when I'm out in public, I like to be for one. It has has a transition for. Um, from dark to light so I can see without having to wear sunglasses. And then these have a certain sheen to them. You can see as the light hits it, it turns like yellow or golden tech.
Mhm.
It has a look that I want it to. You buy an expensive pair of glasses, and when you put them on sunglasses and you put them on, you know that you feel a certain way. And it's something you see a lot of, almost a lot on TV and radio and TV persona people. They're like, "Oh man, those glasses must be expensive because they got a dope set of sunglasses on." That's what I've always wanted. Is when I put on in these particularly like these Gucci frames and I go outside, I wanted to feel a certain kind of way when I'm outside in the sun.
Mhm.
I wanted to be able to just not just be a guy that wore glasses. Oh, he wore glasses, and where the nerd guy wears glasses. I wanted a pair of glasses to make you, oh man, this is hot, right? And
Mhm.
same reason why I do the design for the shirts. I wanted to have the shirts look like something cool, unlike things that dads like to wear, which is the boring, goofy stuff, the Hawaiian shirts, the wrinkled, unpressed stuff that looks a mess. I didn't want to look a mess anymore. I wanted something to look like I had some style and flow.
Mhm. You know, brands are important to me and brand integrity is super important to me.
Hmm.
And I am, if you know me, you know me. I think you know me pretty well. I'm pretty just me, right? When I met you, you felt safe.
Hmm.
Every time I see you, you feel like the face of fatherhood authentically,
Wow.
like the face of it, not just, and what I mean by that is loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
because you've demonstrated a loyalty to the fatherhood brand. And I think God is saying, listen, I need to establish my kingdom in its reality here on the earth.
Sure. Sure.
Can, can you tell me what you feel when I say that to you?
There's a large part of me that wants to shrink away from it, not because I'm afraid of it, but because I don't think of myself as anything other than me. You know what I'm saying? Who happens to have 5 sons, right? And I know even with doing the Raise the Men show thing I didn't do in the intro was, yeah, I've been the Raise the Men show for, I think we did it for almost 7 years before we shut it down, and then we haven't relaunched it. Yeah, but I just think of it as things that I do. I don't think of it as who I am. So, I don't I don't think of myself as a father. I think of myself as a dad, right? And I'm thinking of myself as a guy who's gonna have to stop being
Mm,
the not have to, I gets a chance to not be the day-to-day dad in what is it, September? That would
mm.
be probably 10 months from now. I don't have to be the day-to-day decision dad, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, I get that. Can I ask a question though? I
Yeah.
gotta ask this question. It's on my. What's the difference between father and dad?
No, father just makes kids from a sexual perspective, the biology, right? You're a father by because you fathered a child. It doesn't say you dadded a child, right? The just but your sperm got with the egg of a woman and you fathered a child. A dad is a person that's intentional. You forge relationships that are positive. You really have a mission to know your children and make them better because of who they are, better people, better family members, just
Mm,
better adults, better children, just better of who they are. And you care to put them, unfortunately, you put them out of order in some cases. You put them in front of you in terms of the list of things to care for instead of yourself, which is wrong, right? We're supposed to follow after the Lord, care for ourselves, and then take care of the family portions. But so often, caregivers, true
mm,
dads, will put in reverse and take care of everyone else. So
mm.
that's what I look at the difference. There are tons of fathers out there. You talk all the time about so many gazillion people there are on the planet. Almost half of them are fathers, but far less of them are truly dads.
Can I flip the script on you a little bit? And let's play reverse the thought process.
Sure,
Can we do that?
sure.
What if Satan watered that down and
Oh,
it was supposed to be there's more fathers out there that play the role of dad, and the role that you describe,
mhm,
the reverence that we give dad, what if that was what we're missing? Because let me just tell you, it has been hard for me as a girl with no dad or father. Okay. So I didn't have a fad. Sorry. Okay, or a daff. I don't know which one you want to call it.
or
But I
dad.
didn't have either. Right. So there was no way for me to put an image on it. Now let's talk about my dad's image of father. So his father was just, yeah. Okay. So what he said is, well, honey, God just sits up here and he looks down on you and he just watches to see when you make a mistake. He doesn't do anything about it. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah,
really? I'm like, that must be rough, right? To just have to live with that as a core belief system about how God is doing life.
yeah,
And then I thought about my mom's view. And I was like, ugh, I got a kind of a, a baby of their views, right, in my heart.
sure,
So I think in this last year, since we interviewed, my whole perception of father has changed.
sure,
And so when I said, and maybe that's the journey that you're on at this time, is owning that identity and what goes along with it. Because to me, you became a father when that was like, dang, father. I'm
yeah,
gonna stand 10 toes down and make the best decisions. I know how to keep my arc
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Come on. I mean, that's a father.
Yeah, I think though what having to deal with the vernacular difference, the definition of the word is in English, words truly only have, well, it's not true, but it's true. They have a singular set of definitions that it's hard to understand their use in a sentence because there's not a feeling put towards it, right? So we have to use other words, synonyms that are similar to that describe a different aspect of the feeling.
Mhm.
So you're perfectly right. The enemy wants to take the word father and diminish it and separate
Yes.
because we start with the prayer, Our Father,
Wow,
who
that's
art
exactly where he said, go get my prayer.
right.
He said,
Hallowed
go
be
get it,
thy
daughter.
his name, right? My kingdom come, or yeah. And so if you put it in his perspective, it's me that it lives in heaven. It's how would it be my name, my kingdom come, my will be done on the earth as it is in heaven where I'm at right now. Because I'm in all places, right? I'm going to give you this day your daily bread because and I'm also going to forgive your debts and you as
Come
you should be
on.
forgiving your debtors, right? So yeah, it's he gave us that, but since in the English language, and it's odd that English became the language that rules because it's the only language out there that doesn't have enough definition to it. If it had been any other language, you could easily say, oh, I will use another word, Greek, Hebrew, whatever, to define the word father because it would still be a different word, father, but it would be a term father that has a definition of dad to it that cares for, graciously governs and protects their children, their sheep, right? Versus the non-responsive, non-relationship based father definition, which would probably be another word. So it's there, it's just how we're choosing to find it here in English together.
So here's the thing. Listen, let's just take it straight up. Listen to what he say.
Mhm,
Listen to the responsibilities. So this is how I read it, right?
mhm,
I just I scrub all of it off. I don't want to care about what the translation say. Lord Jesus, what you saying to me? I'm gonna read it just how I said. Me and him right now.
yeah,
Explain it to us, Lord. Okay. Our Father in heaven, governing. The Father is to govern in heaven.
yeah,
Reveal who you are. Are we coming to him every day going, dad or father,
right,
whichever one you prefer?
yeah,
All supreme. Here I am.
yeah.
Reveal to me who you are. Set the world right. Is that our prayer every day?
Needs to be.
Set the world right. Do what's best as above, so below. Keep us alive with 3 square meals. Everybody listening, did you eat yesterday? Something, anything.
Yeah,
Could you have?
yeah,
This is the listen. This is what we say. Keep us forgiven with you and forgiving others. Is is everybody in your life as forgiven as you want God to be forgiving of you? See, that's how I'm reading it. Super plain. To LaShawn.
yeah,
Right? Right. And then I got keep us safe from ourselves. He didn't say keep us safe from the people that are going to come. He said from ourselves and the devil. And the devil. You're in charge. You can do anything you want. You're a blaze in beauty. Now, that's out the message version.
yeah.
But you know what I hear? It's so plain in Shawnee language so that I can do what God tells me to do.
Hmm.
He's God, the Father of all creation, and his way is best. And where I think he's wrong, I got to get it right. That's why your brand means so much to me.
Hmm.
Like I would fight for your brand.
Wow.
I'm not playing. Like I get mad when I think you're going to shrink away from this brand. There's something in my heart that feels like, and maybe it's the little girl that's like, Daddy, don't you leave us. Ah, right? And who else would I call on but you to help me design Daddy's Girls,
Yeah.
a Lorado LaShawn project?
Hmm.
Little girls all over the place can connect back to themselves. That's why Lorado LaShawn is so important.
Yeah.
Love LaShawn is what that means. It connects Africa to the US. I want us to make the real African Americans, I want us
Sure.
to be the face of African American wear.
Yeah.
Truly African American.
Yeah.
Things that people want to wear
Yeah.
because it means something
Yeah.
when they put it on. That's what I believe we're supposed to do. The Joseph brand.
Yeah.
That's important.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, please do this for me.
Hmm.
Tell your story. You've got five boys. What has it meant to you to raise five?
I don't think about the meaning because I think I become overwhelmed if I think about the meaning. I can just share with you what how it has come to pass, right?
Mhm.
Their mom had 5 abortions prior. The Lord told me that I had to have one child with her for every child she aborted to bring those souls, those spirits into the world. Now, unfortunately, we were one short. I don't know how I would be making it with 6 sons and one younger than Jackson. I'm not sure what brain cells would be left at this moment. Obviously, there would be some because the Lord would have
Yeah,
healed,
he would have provided.
right? But we didn't make it that far. And at the same time, the oldest one is not mine biologically, but I've had him since he was 5. And I can't imagine him not being there or not being with me or not being a part of this group because he's grafted in to who I am.
Oh, that's
So,
so. Ooh.
so I don't look at him as, oh, steps. And we don't even use the term. None of his brothers have ever addressed Shane or Shane addressed any of his other brothers as step anything. We didn't raise him that. We raised him, this is your brother, period. Full stop. So for me, it's always been I have to be able to raise these young men into full grown men, fully developed, so that they don't have the excuse that, oh, my mom died and my dad was a derelict, alcoholic, drug addict, whatever. And so we now have the excuse to become less or be less because of our what has happened to us. Does that make sense?
Oh,
So
absolutely. I was going to ask you this question.
please.
Did you give your children the childhood that you had?
I I don't know. I want to believe yes, right? My parents gave a lot, tangible, right? Now financially, I haven't been able to give them those tangible things in the last, unfortunately, probably 3 to 5 years. But that's a problem that I have internally. But because I wanted to give them more of the physical, tangible, commercial things, but I had to, no matter what, I wanted to always give them the me thing, my time and who I was as much as I possibly could. And I feel for Jackson in a lot of ways, him being the youngest one, because I have to work so often now, he doesn't get a lot of me. He gets the least of who I am.
Mm,
And in some ways, I believe it's obviously what he needs because he doesn't need any more.
mm,
He can't use it as an excuse, but he does. And I get it. He doesn't use it as much anymore, but we all need to understand is that where we are is where the Lord placed us to be, and or where we are is where we've allowed ourselves to be. And in God's gracious, his there's his perfect will and there's the permissive will. So he's permitted us to be where we are. He's not left us. So no matter where we find ourselves, he's there. So whether I'm physically with Jackson or not, as much as he would want me to be, God is the one that's really leading and caring for him. So he's got to learn to take the responsibility for the parts where the Lord wants him to take responsibility for and follow God and look at him and less of me. Now, I know that's tough for a 17-year-old kid to think about, but he's in a position where he doesn't have any other choice but think about that as he's growing because it's not about where me and where I'm standing. For him is where he is standing and where he is walking, just like each one of us, where we are standing and where we are walking. We've got to own our part and can't give our the responsibilities of our life to someone else to walk and steward. Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes a ton of sense. There's so many things going through my mind. I'm not kidding you. You know how, I don't know, it feels like I graduated. And like, you know how graduation, as soon as it's over, it's like, wow, right? It's such a rush. You don't realize that tomorrow you grown, right? But on that night, it is like freedom, right?
Yeah.
It feels like that today. It feels like as I'm sitting here looking at you and I'm listening to you, I just, it makes me excited to be sitting in front of somebody that I know is the brand that God created him to be. Like you embody it.
Mm.
Like you embody it. So the things that we have been uh, like I'm excited for fall to put on my dad collector
Mm.
hoodie. Why am I excited?
Yeah.
Because I said it feels like a hug from your dad.
Yeah.
And you think about it, the Lorado LaShawn collection, and being able to tie those two together, it's so beautiful because I'm not kidding right now. I just need a hug from my dad sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me. It was hard for me to feel anything other than probably a combination of how my dad and mom felt about God
Hmm.
without them ever directly saying that or teaching that to me.
Yeah.
But that's what their union, I guess, put inside of me or birthed inside of me. And the fight against that is very, very difficult. So, can you tell me a little bit about the vision? You talked to me a couple weeks ago and you said, Sean, I feel like you're going to go through some pain, or you're in some pain, or some kind of pain. And I was in the crucible. I was in the part where I was being unmasked and unveiled. What was the dream that you had?
I don't recall specifically, but I can say that I know I could feel it. I didn't know it was you. I thought it was me because I think when the Lord connects people in the spirit that you wind up feeling certain things. And I'm very quick to say, oh, it must be me. It must be something I've done, or it just must be something that's affecting me. Right. But I felt a lot of just heaviness and just physical discomfort. Right. And even
Mhm,
sometimes, even to the point of just not knowing, feeling that we have a clear sense of thought
mhm,
because everything in our minds were going all at one time, the good, the bad, the ugly, the things we have
mhm,
to do, the things we want to do, the things that need to get done. And oh my gosh, where am I going to get the money for the bills and this and that and whatever it is, it was there. And even
yeah,
before this call, I was working, trying to get prepped for this, and I found myself. I knew I had to do those videos. I would stand up and I would sit down. I'd stand up and I'd sit down. I'd move around, sit down, and I just couldn't quite get myself to just be settled. And I was just so frustrated. Right?
mm,
Easy to take on those thoughts and personas, right? Of fear
mhm,
and whatever they are, or anxiousness. Lord says, "Be anxious for nothing," right? But in some cases, we need to ask the Lord, "Hey, why am I feeling this way?
mhm,
Is this something that's applied to me, or is this someone else I'm connected to that's feeling this way that I need to immediately pray for?"
mm,
And then we need to cast those cares on Him because He cares for us. So whoever
mm,
is having those kinds of feelings applied to them, those spirits that are attached to us making us feel a certain way, we need to give those to God. We need to give all of that anxiety, all that heaviness, all of that fears to Him being God, because He cares for us, and wipe your hands of it and keep it moving.
yeah, okay, that sounds great, and that sounds like the perfect Second Baptist church answer.
Hmm.
But I'm looking at your shirt,
Hmm.
and on that shirt, it's got a big WTF on it.
Yeah,
Where's the faith?
but even
What
your question mark,
with the question mark?
right? The question mark is the biggest one. Where is it? You know
So,
what I'm saying? Because that's the
where
big
is
question. Where's your faith?
yes, but let's look at the words. Tell me some of the words.
Oh,
What the words?
some words would be I'm not good enough. Same ish, different day.
Yeah.
My life gets worse every day. I'm I'm ugly. I'm fat.
Mm-mm.
I'm unloved.
Let's stop there. Let's park. I'm gonna park there because sometimes you gotta put push the pus out,
Yeah,
right? And
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's what that shirt's about.
Yeah.
Because you gotta own, what did we just say? Live your shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. Oh my God.
Mm.
Everybody this in the world's
Spiritual.
gonna think I'm not a Christian now because I just said live your shit. But you do.
Yeah.
And you absolutely do. Have to.
Yeah.
So ugly and fat in my root system, hardcore. So when I look at that cover
Yeah.
on Lesson from the Journey, I don't even recognize that person.
Really.
I don't. That's the other thing. That's difficult for me.
Hmm.
See, because music means me. Nobody else can do that stuff
Right.
but me.
Right.
Music has to come from me.
Yeah.
And if you don't like me, that or don't even know me, right? The other day, oh my God, this is so good. You guys better write this one down. Do you remember the other day you said you were so numb after the loss of your wife
Hmm.
that you were standing in snow and rain or whatever, ice and rain,
Hmm.
and you couldn't feel it and you don't have a jacket on?
Yeah. If I was wearing a shirt like this, California T-shirt, 100% cotton, couldn't feel nothing. In Cleveland, Ohio, in the rain.
That's
It wasn't no summer rain, no tsunami rain. It was the cold 30s degree rain
in
with
Ohio.
goosebumps in Ohio. Goosebumps raised
Ohio,
on
it's
both arms.
whipping. It's whipping in Ohio. Let me ask you. So, my two words that the two weeds that God has been steady working on are ugly and fat. What two stand out most for you on that shirt?
Fat and old.
Wow.
Yeah, because I actually had when I was trying to get back into the dating scene, I don't know, a couple years after Sandy died. One lady told me, "Oh shoot, you got 5 kids. Ain't nobody want to date you. Ain't nobody want to deal with you. You got too much. You got too much baggage."
Wow. Oh my God. That is so deep because that's stuff that men say to women usually. That's what we usually hear, right? You got two kids, nobody gonna want you. You think about the movie Claudine.
Yeah,
Remember the movie
yeah,
Claudine?
yeah.
So it's interesting. And I would assume it'd be more difficult for a man than for a woman.
It's been wild. So that has shaped my view of
Yeah.
the dating world and of women since Sandy died. So that was my first real experience with dating since Sandy died was that, oh, anybody want to deal with you?
Wow. 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 So what do you do after that? Like what do you do? What does it feel like? And then what do you do?
So what I did then was it was just, well, if that's the way it is, then I just won't date. I'll get off the sites. I won't do anything, or I'll do it from the standpoint of, well, I'm on here just to say I'm on here so the friends that are asking me about it, I can say that I'm on and I have enough traffic
Mm.
to keep the account active.
Uh,
But I don't, but here again, the faith part, I believed that no one was going to want me. So I believed that the people who were responding were the other lists of fat and unattractive people who probably had kids also. Right.
mm,
So my thought was, well, I guess if I'm going to be with the next person, it's going to be a fat, unattractive person because that's
wow.
who I am.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
I bolted that with, or I came into agreement with the thought that since my family was choosing not to want to deal with me and allowing my alcoholism to get out of hand when that they saw the empty bottles in the trash can.
Yeah, that was wild.
Right.
That was wild to me.
So I assumed then that, well, my family doesn't love me either. So there must really be something wrong with me greater than being fat and having lots of kids and old. So, okay, it must be okay for me to continue to drink and do whatever drugs I was doing and eventually die because no, I'm not any good to anything living on this earth.
Oh, man. You
So I
know,
did that a long time.
that belief system, I look at it in two ways.
Mhm.
Crushing, yes. Freeing, yes. Because If I bathe it in the scripture of James chapter 1,
Hmm.
count it all joy whenever you encounter trials of various kinds. It's like my favorite Christiany story. Like my favorite. I'll probably tell it the rest of my life. I'm gonna be like Pastor Paul, telling that same story because it's so applicable. But I was like, I don't understand. I was sitting at church and I'm like about to have another brain surgery, and I'm like, I don't get it. And I think brain surgery took all the filter off of me. And so as soon as he was done, I just bolted. Well, I didn't bolt. I guess I made my way over there. He hit me over there. And I asked him, I was like, how? How do I do it? And he looked at me and he goes, well, I'm called to preach it in season, but I haven't experienced everything that they said. I said, okay. So then I just had to read on. I said, see, you got to stand. You can't stay at that one part because it says that if I should count it joy because the goal is for me to be mature and complete, lacking nothing. That means that whatever the disruption or the discomfort that's taking place, it's coming because there's a demolition taking place. No, yeah, you're going to get a brand new house,
Hmm.
but we got to break this down first. So then, to me, it was like, oh, but it took me about 17 years to metabolize it.
Yeah, but you got there, right? And that's the thing with life.
After
We
some
don't
brain
have
surgeries and stuff.
teachers to teach you that. You have preachers to preach you some other stuff. And I'm not saying
Mm,
that the stuff that they're preaching isn't about stuff that we need, but we need more teachers to teach us what the word says, not so you can. And I'm gonna say it under a preacher teacher because you have those that can give it to you in an enthusiastic preaching way, but it
and
has
get
to
you
be
all riled up.
right, right. But you got to be able to then, as a student, right, a disciple. Okay, and that's where our responsibility comes in. We've got to then be able to take those scriptures and those sermons that we were sitting through after the offering and learn from them, study them, do like the scripture says to ruminate. Okay, so those who's the Bible teaching use like a cow. There's multiple stomachs. The rumination is their stomachs move the food, the word of God, the meat and the milk, the soft things and the hard things, and you move it from one part of your stomach where it's digested to a point for that one stomach to be able to handle it, and then it moves
Make
it to
it
the next
plain,
stomach,
sir.
which is doing more work to make it more digestible and take more nutrients out of it, and then to move it to the
Explain
next
it.
stomach and
Explain
the
it.
next stomach, so that till it gets to the final stomach, that by the time it got to the final stomach, it took care of all of the last bit of the nutrients out of it to finally pass on the last bit of information on all of its waste on to be passed out of your body, pooped. Okay,
That's
make it plain,
right.
right?
Make it plain, baby. Make it plain.
But that
Make
cow,
it plain for the people in the back.
right? And some folks have, and sometimes the cows even said they'll chew it and they'll throw it up and they have to eat it again, right? Because your stomach doesn't pass it on from stomach to stomach. It passes it from stomach in, throw it up, out, chew it again, pick it up, put it back in your mouth. I know that's nasty, but that's a cow. They don't know nasty. It's what it's supposed to do. It's a
It
cow.
is what it is because that's what it is.
Right. So that means for us, I'm going to read the word of God one time, maybe three times over. I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to pray, Lord, show me. Okay, then I'm going to go back and read that passage again. Think of it. Because when I read it the second time, it's going to pass from one part of my spiritual stomach, mental stomach, into, Lord, give me a little bit more understanding. So, experience with God over time with God is wisdom from God, right? So, I'm spending more time with God over time so
Mm-hmm.
I can get some wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yeah.
have to do it again and
Mm-hmm.
again. But we want the social media scripture. We want the social media relationship with God where I get my clicks right now and I'm happy versus it takes a moment to create a relationship with him to the point where he can trust that what we're reading and hearing from him, we're going to obey and go do, not just for the one moment, but when something else comes up, or we're sad again, or we're afraid again, or when we're terrified again, or when we're broke again, or when we're alone again, not just when we're happy. again.
It's back to the words on the shirt.
Yeah.
So at some point, you need a root system reboot, right? Because if not, those words just recycle and they're weeds,
Hmm.
and the weeds just keep producing. Craig, can the hair doctor come to this party really
Oh,
quickly?
please. It's all Sean. So the hair doctor always here.
Oh my God, she's just dying to get in here. She's like, in essence, what we're talking about right now is just a straight up color correction, right?
Yeah.
Those words on that shirt
Yeah.
is my client came in with level 1 jet black hair. Ah! It's read some of the words because this is how they feel about them when their hair is this is how people feel about themselves when their hair is wrong. Read me some words. What's some words on the shirt?
I am not smart enough.
Yeah, so dumb. How could I do this to myself?
Well, there's the I'm ugly one again.
Oh, my hair looks crazy. I look so ugly. I look like my mother.
This one says
Oh,
all things. Oh, things still fall apart.
oh my God, I ruined everything. It's all mess. And now we're going to fix it.
Um, oh, power. I'm not powerful enough to handle anything. Uh,
Stop. Stop. Okay, I need a hair doctor. Hair doctor, come on in. Okay, sweetheart. So yes, we can fix your hair. What's the desired color? So you want to be just a nice level 6 brown with you want a few highlights? We can probably get you some of those. They let me look at the condition of your hair. You gotta look at the condition of your life, right? If your life needs a color correction, it depends on to what degree of damage has been done. How far away are you from reality? I'm telling you, hair makes everything make sense because it is what it is. So when you apply it to life and how God designed it, I can just go to Genesis 1. This was the original design. That's why I always ask, well, what is the goal?
yeah,
Right? Tell me what the goal is. Because I can't even begin to help you if I don't even know where we're going. And I can't tell you where you want to go. But the goal, where do you want to go in life? What is the picture that you're shooting for?
yeah,
How will you know when you get there? I know the picture that I'm shooting for. I want a Genesis chapter 1 inside. I wanted to produce the fruit of Genesis chapter 2 on the outside,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the only win for me. So I think people have to decide what's their win and then choose their hard.
And they have to keep choosing it because when those moments come when you're by yourself, because no one's gonna sign up for that with you.
No, no.
No.
I want what they say, pain and suffering package.
Right. I mean, come and think about it. I mean, we're cool. We're all cool, right? But ain't nobody want this. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. And that's there's no diss, there's no negative word to add.
No,
It's
no, none,
it's
none taken. Listen, I get it.
what I was given. It's what I chose from the job board in heaven before I left to come here. I chose this life. Now I forgot about it through the birthing process, through the fall of man, through that sin, right? I forgot what I chose when I got in the fleshy body. So I spend the next several years of my life trying to figure out what did I choose again? And then I learn what my life's all about. Then I make some choices that cause my life to have a longer road, right? So you put all that together, right? And finally, that's why a lot of men get shouted out for having midlife crisis because all of a sudden we drive in convertibles and whatever fancy cars as we get older. Well, in some of those cases, we're searching for the thing that we're supposed to do, the vocation from the job board.
Hmm.
And by the time we stop being the fake guy that did everything to get the lady's attention originally, and they wonder what happened, why the lady don't love him because he not being authentic. So the women fall in love with who they met. And if we put up the fake junk, let's keep it real. We'll put up the fake shit first, right? And then when we
Not
want to be
fair.
real and show the real side of us, we're terrified because she don't fall in love with the real dude.
She don't even know who that is.
So it's like, well, who the hell this dude? You trying all this,
You're like,
whatever
well,
you doing, and all
what
this
are we doing?
now? Okay, so let's keep it real. So you use hair as an example, right? Dudes, we fall in love with a girl with the long hair, right, or the hair, and she pull it off, and we're like, what? You can't just come out the closet with it. You gotta look. We're gonna take it slow. Look, I'm wearing the hair that ain't mine. I'm wearing the makeup that ain't me. I'm gonna
You're
take it off
crazy.
together, and I'm gonna show you both sides, and we're gonna live that junk out together. We don't do that as men. We give you the front, and we keep turning the front to you. Don't look at the back. Remember the Wiz when Richard Pryor
It's
was exposed, but it was exposed
yes,
when Dorothy came in and
yes,
Tatum went
it's
in
my
and
favorite.
behind the sheet, behind the curtain, and pay no attention to the man behind the veil. Get away from me, dog. Get away. And it's you see the guy pushing the buttons and turning the knobs. We're not trained to be authentic.
Check it out. And in that same movie,
Mm,
what about all the people who were trapped inside of those
mm.
working jobs they hated in those fat suits and they were all and then they got free.
And they
Somebody
can't.
killed it all, they got free and they were beautiful.
Oh yeah, yeah. But they all didn't look the same.
No, no, they looked like who they really were.
But society wants us to look the same.
Yeah. So I don't have to care about what society's saying. That's what's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's what I love because I get to, this is what I saw the other day,
Hmm.
as I've been coming out of my shell. What I saw was a whole bunch of noise over here.
Hmm.
It was like people. And I was looking at it. And then it was Jesus standing back here like this. It's quiet over here.
Hmm.
See how he's like, it's quiet and pretty simple over here. This what I want you to do. This what you're gonna get. This what's gonna be like. So do you want that where you don't even know who to pay attention to? Or you want to come over here? I was like, I'm through with this. That's why I know I'm about to go kill it. I'm just made my studio time with Q. I'm going there on the 24th to do through with this. About to tear this thing off the. I'm so
Yeah.
through with this.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's really. Once I realized I don't even gotta listen to anybody.
Mm-mm.
That's why I said when we started this whole conversation when I woke up. By the way, Craig, I'm LaShawn. Nice to meet you. When when we started this whole thing, and I said, "What did I say to you?" I can't even say it. I can't. Won't even stick in my memory. What did I say?
Oh, you were saying that you were once in a while excited and comfortable with being LaShawn.
And you said, "I said turn on the camera." Is that what I
Yeah,
said?
yeah,
And
from the camera.
what was my
Yeah,
response to turn on the camera?
yeah, no, I ain't do that. Not doing that. Nope, not doing that.
Well, I just really want to know, didn't you want to ask me, well, then what are you going to do? If you're not going to do what God is telling you,
That
what are
wasn't
you going to do?
that wasn't a question the Lord told me to ask, right? Because you had
It
already
wasn't
told me
one.
what the answer was
I
years,
already knew.
a couple years ago, right? You told me the Lord told you. What did He tell you?
Wait, what?
Hmm?
What?
He told you
About what?
about. Well, He said if you're not going to do
Oh yeah. He said, if you're not going to do the music, then I'm bringing you home. That's what he
what
told me.
I,
Straight up. He was like, if you're not going to do the music,
I'm
I'm
not,
bringing you
you're not
home.
going to do what I called you to do. There's no reason for you to be down there.
Let me just let me tell you why it's stupid. It's scary and it's weird.
Yeah,
It feels when you on the inside have not aligned fully in the heart
yeah,
with who you're supposed to be in a season,
sure.
it's like sinning against yourself. That's what it
Yeah,
feels like.
and at the same time, because both are true, right? So there's no but to negate any of what you just
Yeah,
said. So
absolutely.
what is also true is the Lord will give you the truth of who you are going to be to yourself, because it's who you're going to be. Because but to Him you already are, because He's created you in His image. So we're already full and complete. We just haven't accepted it yet. So
Yeah, I haven't accepted. I mean, that is so funny.
right,
I haven't accepted. I'm struggling to like,
right. So
huh?
to use your words is so, and when we come in alignment with who we already are, right? Using tools and keys, 7 keys. These we get the reboot
Seven
system
keys,
reboot, right?
Master D's.
So
Sorry.
it's a process that a lot of us need or choose to walk to. through to get into alignment because it takes 66 days to make a habit, right? So a lot of these processes just require practice over time, right?
Mhm.
So by the time we get there, we're ready. But he already knows what we're supposed to be. So I, we're already there.
We're there.
We just have
We're there. Whatever it is, it's happening. And it's happening like this is what I want to say to everybody today. It's gonna happen whether you do it or not. What I noticed, I spent a lot of time like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do today? Jessica, God, Jessica, oh my god, because this is gonna happen. Oh my god, I'm so scared, I'm so scared,
yeah.
and it's all happening around me anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly how I felt before this call. All the stuff I had to do today I began to become anxious about. But you know what's killing me though is, like you said, the Lord gives you the answer before the test.
Yeah, yeah.
A pastor called me 2 days ago, had a frustrating situation. I was able to take a song that the Lord had already given to me that I hadn't even released yet
Mm-hmm.
and share with him
Mm-hmm.
because it was speaking to his situation. Somebody else had called me, same similar thing. Here, take this song. Here, take this song. So I can personally never say that the words the Lord gave me have no validity because it was the Lord gave and put together. And it was meant for that one right time. So these songs that I've written don't do anything else. They've done their job. So the
That's it.
Lord's work his word doesn't return void. I did my part. So imagine had I not done it, Sean, then those people that I've shared music with, they don't get free. So if you don't create these keys and these methods for other people who are working with just the people who are working with you, they don't get free then. I'm not saying they don't get free at all, but I'm saying it
Not through the
people
way that God intended it
in the time frame.
in the time frame too.
They got another, is it 40 more years they walk? Is it even if it's 40 more days, it's more days than they should because of our own personal disobedience.
Yeah. That's what the Lord is pressing upon me. I'm walking through the 21K journey with my other brand, Pastor B, and walking through her method is for this 21 days is wild. You want to come out the wilderness? She gonna lead you out the wilderness. It's serious. But what I'm finding in that is clarifying my choices,
Yeah.
like attitude choices. So when I put my 7 keys next to Pastor B's 21 days, right? Actually, it's Pastor B and Shawnee B's 21 days. You put it up against that and you realize I got to manage my life.
Yeah.
What do I believe spiritually and what am I actually living? Right?
Yeah.
What am I saying I believe and what am I actually living and what's the fruit from that? What about emotionally? What about mentally? So, when the Lord say you're hyper vigilant spiritually and emotionally dysregulated, there's no way that you can be focused on the truth. So, walking into the studio on September 24th to say with my whole heart, I'm through with this. Why I keep choosing this, right? Feels like I'm losing it. So much pain inside my brain, I just can't handle it. Hurry up, come get your. Mm. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it is time for me to be able to be all of LaShawn and the love LaShawn, daddy's girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And the thing that I had to remind myself, and we all had to remember, is yes, you'll go through and you'll create that song and complete it, but you'll have to keep singing it and hearing it for yourself, not just
Mhm.
performing it. No, you'll have to play it. You'll have to sing it on stage and in the house, in your car,
Mm.
bathroom, in your own closet. You know what I'm saying? Because even as I was sitting here today struggling, I was going, I need to write a song. I need to write a song. Well, I just gave it a song. He just gave me a song with the same mentality, the same issue I had a month or two ago. I was like, well, do I need to write that song again? No, just go play it for yourself. You don't need to go, we don't need another miracle.
Mm.
We just need a memory of what the Lord already done and gave us. That's what the old folks used to say. But practical mean, what does it mean? Well, the Lord just gave you the song, right? And you're about to release it finally. Okay, fine. After it's released, put it on. Play the damn song. You have an app with the Bible in it. You have a physical Bible. Read it. You want to go to church? Fine, go to church. You want to fellowship? Go fellowship. But we are still responsible for the word that we received. It ain't nobody's pastor's fault that I'm in this state and I ain't driving no Bentley, but he or she is. Well, what did you do with your own money?
What did you do? What
Even
did you
if
do? What did you
you
choose?
tithed or not, what did you do with your own money?
Hmm.
Living in a busted place, do you not keep your own place clean?
What do you
Yeah,
choose?
yeah. My
That's a
yard got
shirt, Craig. What do
weeds.
you choose?
Yeah,
You
my
choose.
yard got weeds in it. Okay, fine. I'm working 3 jobs right now. For right now, I can't worry about them weeds out front. They cut down low. Yeah. I got time to go water? I don't have time to pay the gardener for that because I don't. Another time, I don't have the money to pay the gardener because right now, I got to pay me to go do me. We'll come back for the yard. What are the priorities we have to set? Other people saying what's prioritized for us is not what's important. What is the Lord confirming is prioritization number 1 through 5, 1 through 10, 1 through 7 in your life right now, in my life right now. Handle that, and everybody else can kick rocks and be good with it because you're through with it. You know what I'm saying? And be okay with it. So often we find ourselves, oh, they don't like me. I don't give 2 half rips anymore.
Well, I think we should end on that note. He said, "I don't give 2 half ribs." And let me just tell you what I learned in this episode of Lessons from the Journey Live. This is almost like the audition for what goes on to SLB TV.
Hmm.
Me and you, we got some shows to make, sir, that I think are going to change people's lives.
Yeah.
And our regular season is
Mhm.
going to be pretty dope. And I believe you're going to come behind the curtain with us at 11 o'clock. It's exciting what's happening here in Shawnee Vale. Oh, all right. Well, I gotta go. We have to go. I gotta get you prepared to get behind the curtain, and then I have to become Shawnell Brown or Coach Shawnee or
You
all
have
those.
become. You're already there.
I'm already there. I just got to shift the gear of whatever is necessary at that time. I don't know what's going to happen, how much speed I can take around the right turn. Okay, y'all. Listen, I hope you had a pen and a pad because there was nugget upon nugget upon nugget upon nugget. We do this because we love you and we want you to go love your life. You hear what I'm saying? Take those lessons from the journey. Try them out this week. Try your nuggets out this week, and then meet us back here for more Lessons from the Journey Live. I'm your host, Sean L. Brown. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, boo. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's go. Get on your mark, let's go. What you waiting for? There's so much more. The future's yours. Let go, explore. It's yours for sure. Sing with me with fear. So to God I stay near. I keep my hand to the plow. There's no turning back now. My future look bleak. I decided to see. He said follow me on a journey you'll see.